What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa in the building, and as y'all can see, man, today I am bringing y'all my first ever NBA 2K22 gameplay, coming at y'all first on current gen with my two-way point forward, the first ever of its kind. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the gameplay, but also show y'all how to make this build. If y'all want it, go ahead and drop a like, and I most definitely got y'all. Let's go ahead and get 50 likes on this video, and once we get there, I most definitely will show y'all how to make this build exactly how I did. Now, as y'all can see, we're going to be able to shoot on this build. The defense is going to be real, and you're also going to be able to play center, y'all. Now, all of this gameplay is without badges, y'all. When it comes to the shooting, no badges, but look at the lockdown takeover that we get, y'all, and we're still able to dribble, finish at the rim. I'm telling you, this is easily the best point forward two-way all year that we have seen, y'all. And this is officially going to be my current gen build. I wanted to make this build exactly how I made my 2K21 point forward. So if y'all remember the OG Ben Simmons build, man, go ahead and drop a like right now. If you are a part of the Rich Gang family, y'all most definitely know about that build already. And this build and this version is going to be much better than the past. On top of all that, you're going to be able to take this build to the 1v1 court, especially with how I made it, y'all. Everything that goes into it is going to be very nice. And then on top of all that, remember, we get lockdown takeover. So this build is technically a lockdown with the way that we made it. It's going to be able to shoot, break ankles, and I've showed y'all that we can finish at the rim. I actually also got some rec gameplay in here. Honestly, the rec is not bad at all. I really enjoyed it this year, especially compared to previous years. I feel like this year is going to be even better. But now, let's go ahead and just take a quick look at what this build is going to be looking like. I know y'all have been waiting, but before we get into the making, man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join the RGF family, man, go ahead and turn on post notifications, but do not forget to hit that like button. Let's get 50 likes on this banger. I know the Rich Gang family can do it. And last but definitely not least, y'all, if you got family and friends that are gonna like the bangers, go ahead and share this video with them as well. Now let's go ahead and take a quick look at what we're going to be looking like. As you can see, point forward with that lockdown takeover. Now this is really going to be something special, because when it comes down to it, yes, we get 10 defensive badges on this build, include the lockdown takeover, and that gives this build a huge buff when it comes to that side of the ball. Now we have a couple badges I'm only running with handles for days and then quick for step. And then from here on the defensive side, I got intimidator. Not going to be too much, but when it comes to the shooting and finishing, I don't have anything put there yet. So let's go ahead and take a look at these stats. When it comes down to it, right here, we're only an 85 overall. We got 17 available upgrades. So if you wanted to, you can really go ahead and put this into the block, or you can go ahead and put this into the interior defense. For my liking first, I would go ahead and just put it into the interior. Remember, if y'all want this build, go ahead and comment down below. I most definitely got y'all. Go ahead and comment down RGF if you are still here. I would appreciate that. But when it comes down to it, the finishing is very solid, especially with the badges that we get. I've already showed y'all that we can shoot without badges, so you can get really nasty with this build once you get all of them unlocked. And then when it comes down to the playmaking, y'all already know I'm a dribble god, y'all, so that is not going to be a worry. Then when it comes down to the defense this year, instead of playmaking, I decided to go with the lockdown. Definitely going to help me out a lot, especially once I'm going on that 1v1 court. But let's go ahead and check out some of this rec gameplay. This is all without badges. And as y'all can see, I'm already getting steals without interceptor, y'all. Now, if that doesn't say anything about this build, I don't know what will, but this build is definitely going to be one of the best, if not the best, point forward all year. And as you can see, I'm diming people up as well, making the extra passes, so that is what's going to be really special about this build. And look at the defense, y'all. That is a full center trying to go up on me. I'm going to go ahead and get them with that contest, but do not worry, because when it comes to this build, as I'm showing y'all, you can also finish. Look at the movement on it. I really like it. You really don't even need screens, but when it comes down to certain game modes, people just tend to set them so it's not going to matter. But look, We are super fast on this build. We're going to be getting a +8 to our speed on top of all that. So this build is definitely my favorite all year compared to what I have seen so far. Now, I was actually surprised with how this build feels when it comes to the defensive side, because when it comes down to it, I really feel like I'm playing on a lockdown, especially with the speed that's available to us. And in my opinion, the best thing about it is that there is not only one way to make this build. The wingspans you can change up, the weight, and then on top of all that, you can even change the height. It's really going to come down to your preference when it comes down to this kind of build. But again, that's what's going to be very special about it. It's not going to be able to be made just one way unless y'all want the exact version that I'm showing y'all here. However, like I said, you can even make this build with sharpshooting takeover. So a lot of things are going to be going into it when it comes down to it. You just got to be sure that you are fine with your type of playstyle and adjusting to it when it comes down to these stats. A lot of people are not rocking with the point forwards anymore, but y'all most definitely know that I'm going to go ahead and keep them alive. So do not worry about that. And I have to say, if I hit legend, no. When I hit legend on this build, the badges that we're going to be getting on it, if we do get that +10 to each category, definitely going to be taking this build over the top. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is going to be the best rare build when it comes down to it. The defense is already solid without any badges, as you can see. So again, it's really just going to come down to your IQ on this build, and really that's where it's going to shine. Because when it comes down to it, you can snag on this build as well. That is why I said you can play center with it. So there's going to be a lot of factors that go into play with this build. In my opinion, I just got to go ahead and say the jumper on this build is wet. If y'all want that jumper, go ahead and drop a like. I most definitely got y'all. This is easily the best, if not one of the best jumpers. I'm already hitting with a low 73 ball, and then there's no badges to consider. So you already know that this jump shot is going to be money. When it comes down to everything else on this build, you cannot be scared to shoot. I'm telling you. Just go ahead and try out a couple different jumpers if you do not have one that you like. From there, I'm telling you, with this build, you're going to be able to hit. Like I said, if y'all want this build, go ahead and drop a like. That's all y'all got to do. And you're going to be able to use this build in any type of game mode. It does not matter if it's the 1v1 court, 3v3, or even the 5v5. Now, as you can see, I came all the way from the top of the three-point line all the way down to the paint just to get that board. That build with the speed is definitely going to be something dangerous, y'all. I'm telling you. And speaking of the speed, y'all, look at what this build is going to be able to do. I am literally the same height as centers, doing what I'm doing, shooting, dribbling, and defending. That is really what I focused on when it came down to this build. And yes, we are actually going to be able to hit free throws. It does not matter if it's not a green, they are still going to be going in. So that is why I say that this build is going to be the perfect one for any type of game mode, especially if y'all are looking for a rare build that's going to be some comp. This is going to be the one for you. So now let's go ahead and take it into the cruise ship, y'all. I got some 3v3 gameplay, and as you can see, when it comes down to this build, I love to run center for one main reason. Look who has to guard me on the other side of the ball. If they leave me open, it's all good because I'm going to be able to shoot. But when it comes down to it, they know that. So they are going to have to play up, or they're going to sag on me, and look at what happens when they do. Wide open for the three in the corner. Midi, it does not matter. These centers do not know what they do when it comes down to guarding people who know how to dribble. And that is why I say this build is such a mismatch depending on the game mode you're playing. And that is why I decided to make it oversized like I did, because we're going to be the same size as centers, at least as it appears to be. And we're going to be able to do everything better that they can do, y'all. So again, this is easily my favorite build that I have seen so far. Very unique, especially with the height, weight, and wingspan that we made it with. And then on top of that, include that lockdown takeover. Look, y'all, they leave you wide open, I'm telling you. Now, for those of y'all who remember the gameplay out of my two-way point forward Ben Simmons build last year, I'm going to go ahead and have to say that even though this version is made very similar to that one, this one on NBA 2K22 is going to be much better, because since they nerfed the shooting and made it to where it's a lot easier for builds to shoot on. It's going to make this build just so much more versatile, going to be able to hit so much more consistent. And as you can see, we even get some really nice blocking animations when it comes down to it. So again, you could pop with this build, screen, and look, I'm shooting pretty deep without any shooting badges, y'all. So if you can shoot this well on a build that has no shooting badges, imagine what we're going to be looking like once we do get this build maxed out at 99. And then on top of all that, remember, you're also going to be able to buy a boost if you're running with a teammate that has floor general. Okay, I know I missed, but remember, all of these stats that go into play, you're going to be pretty much getting a +8 at least if you are running with the correct teammates. And then on top of all that, grind this build out to 99 and get that +4. It's definitely going to be worth it in the long run, y'all. And like I said, with this build, we get the lockdown takeover. So let's just go ahead and say that you end up picking the sharpshooting or even the playmaking. That's going to give you an even bigger boost when it comes down to your shooting. So again, it's really going to be based on your own preference, but I really love the fact that we're going to be able to be part lockdown on this build. Makes it very special in my opinion. And on top of all that, a lot of different things are going to be going into it, y'all. So thank you to those of y'all who made it to the end. I truly appreciate it. Go ahead and comment down RGF if you did. I got another video dropping for y'all later today. I'm going to be double uploading every single Friday through Sunday, y'all. So y'all most definitely know I got y'all. But man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join the RGF family, man, go ahead and turn on post notifications. But let's go ahead and get 50 likes on this banger so I can drop the build for y'all. But man, I just want to say thank God for giving me this opportunity to be able to bring this to y'all. Thank you for coming through. And man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.